Hi, I'm Amanda Tanner, and I have set up a loom here at the Leighton Centre in the great room upon request by Christina, the director of the Leighton Art Centre. And I have chosen, she wanted something set up so that people could sit and weave in this space. She's trying to bring a little bit more of Barbara back into the great room. So you can choose anything that you want to work with in terms of yarns. They all behave a little bit differently. So wool is going to have more spring to it if I was weaving in a cotton or a silk. And to the weft, so that's what we're doing, is we're weaving in our weft. Our warp is already on. So you're going to put them onto bobbins. So I just pulled this empty bobbin because I ran out of my blue that I was demoing with. And because I said I'm hoping to pull inspiration from the landscape, I'm actually went and I pulled out 3 different yarns that kind of make up the the grass that's in front of the outside the great room right now. I'm thinking about the layers of colors when I'm looking at the landscape. So I'm gonna actually mix 3 together. So I have a fuzzy green, I have a Kelly green cotton, mercerized cotton, and then I also have a kind of a golden color of a mercerized cotton. I could just though pick one color as well, like how I did for the demo. So I brought in a bobbin winder, so we're going to keep this attached here, and it just screws on and off. So the bobbin will fit right onto there. And then you're going to line up your ends or just grab your one end, depending on what you're using. And I'm kind of doing this backwards right now for this demoing process. So I'm going to take it and just wind a couple times to get those ends holding on. And then I will, gotta make sure that catches. So that's something too, if you start cranking this and the bobbin's not turning, just push it on to make sure that it catches. And I'm using my fingers to guide. So I'm allowing that, if I slow it down really slow, I'm hooking these so that they're all going on. I'm allowing them to pass under these 2 fingers. These 2 fingers are moving back and forth to control where that yarn goes onto the bobbin, because I don't want to just wind it onto one part. It does sometimes help. I would, if I was at home and thought about this, I would put a bowl or something down on the floor so that I have all my weft yarns in one bowl together. Just because I have a few different ones going on, it just kind of helps them from rolling all over the floor while I'm doing this. And I'm going to stop there. You can see I've wound stuff on. It goes a little bit higher than the edges of those. I can't get it too full because I only have so much space in here. So I'm thinking about that. I will snip this now. Okay, let those drop. If I knew, okay, well, I'm going to want at least 2 of these worth, then I could just now wind another one. I will have extras of these bobbins. I'll leave them in here. If you come in and they all have color on them and you don't really like that color, feel free to take the color off, or if it's almost empty, just wind back over top. And then when I'm putting it in here, I make sure that it goes in the direction that these are coming out from underneath. And I slide it on, and then I'm going to thread them through this opening here. And pop that down into place. You can see it's not too tight, so this pulls out nicely. If I had kept going and really overfilled it, it gets a little bit tricky and it doesn't move as nicely. And so yeah, we can start weaving. So when you hit T1, like so, 1 and 3 will lift up and create a shed for you to pass your shuttle through. So I will go ahead and I will pass that through. I've already woven just a little bit. It helps organize the threads at the beginning of the weaving to just put in a section of tabby weave there. It could be something that gets left in, or it can be something that gets taken out after the weaving is taken off the loom. When I now switch to tabby treadle 2, that's T2. Now harnesses 2 and 4 have lifted. So it's just back and forth between all the odd ones and then all the even ones. When I come back through this way, I want to make sure I have a floater thread on each edge. So I always want to make sure that if I've gone under it when I've come this way, which I haven't, I've gone over it. So now I want to make sure that when I pass through this way, I'm going under that. This is something that I try to be mindful of. I like to try to just go underneath of it when I come out, and then I know I go over top of it when I go back in. So those floater threads are not attached to any of the harnesses, and that's why when the harnesses are dropped down, they'll just float on their own. It just is a way of having a nice edge. I can also now do a section of the actual pattern. So it's been threaded. When I did my threading, I threaded it, like, I think starting at, I can actually just check it quick. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so it starts 3, 2, 1. And then it will go 2, 3, 4. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 2, 3, 4. It'll keep going like that. So if you look at it visually, if I drew that out on graph paper, which I can do and have one here, you will see that it's creating triangular shapes. And then if you reverse your treadling, it will actually create diamond shapes. So it's going to make more sense once I just do it and you see it. So I'm going to demo that.